Hi guys, Sandy from the Paddle School here. In today's video, we're going to do an intermediate match analysis. And actually this is with the very first group that we ever did a match analysis, and I'll link to it at the end of the video. And they were beginners at the time, and now they've improved over the course of a year. And it's great to see, them implementing some of the stuff that we talked about on the previous analysis. So in this video today, we're going to talk about the bandeja, the court position, defending the smash, and how to use your volleys in this intermediate match. Now, before we go into those four subjects, there's one subject that I really want to talk about, and it's the serve. And this is something that I've done a recent video, which I'll link to up here as well. But here I want to talk about serve accuracy, because I see this so often with the online students and also with the players we do the match analysis. And if you are not hitting your serve accurately enough, then you're basically just giving the ball to your opponent to hit. And what's happening here is you can see they've missed the first serve with the forehand. They've gone option for the backhand serve on the right hand side, which is kind of not recommended anyway, and they've just popped the ball in the middle of the court, and it means that the opponents have an easy return. They pop it over their opponent's head and they run straight to the net position. And so immediately gone from serving where you should be attacking in the point to the second shot of the rally being defending in the point is really not what you're looking for. So what we really want to make sure here is that when you're serving with intention, you're going for it, being a little bit more aggressive so that you can start that point on the front foot. Now, as we're about to start the bandeja, don't forget to subscribe. You can just click the button down there. Shows me that you're enjoying this type of content. We're going to talk about the bandeja now. We'll show some good examples. We're going to show some bad examples and what you should be trying to do with the kind of speed of that shot. So looking now at the bandeja, we're going to see good example here, down that middle there, a little bit of slice, made them play before the glass and then to the opposite corner. That is a great combination to go for, recovering the net quickly. Again, into the double glass this time, slowing the ball down even more, recovered to a good net position. So there's some good examples of that bandeja. And again here, hit slightly harder, but he's gone off that back glass and it's gone into the side fence, and he's done a little bit more damage with the actual shot. So that's really what we're looking for here. And I really like the play here from these players of the bandeja slow to the side fence, getting back up to net again. And this is exactly what you're looking for, the bandeja, is to recover the net position and give your opponents a difficult ball. Now, there are some examples where it's actually been hit a little bit too hard. For example, he's come out and he hasn't had time to recover the net, and he's got away with it because they missed the volley, but it's important to hit a slow enough speed so you can recover the net. And here's a great example from the player in orange. It wasn't an amazing bandeja there, but he got back up. And another difficult example, now the player at the other end, he should have hit into the space there and they lost the net. But so you've got to think to play that ball with slow control to the corner or down the middle if you can. Here we're going to see another bandeja down the line, recover the net, and that's what we're really trying to do, especially on the right hand side. Your job is to control that rally, and that's what he's doing here with these volleys. Yet nice, the same position. His partner shouldn't be creeping back too far, and then he's come for the bandeja. Again, slow pace into that corner to recover the net. Another good example of the bandeja here, yeah? Just got to remember to hit those. Again, come forward. It wasn't an amazing bandeja, but it did the job of recovering the net, which is exactly what you want to be doing with that shot. So you can see there the really good examples of the bandeja were the ones that were a little bit slower, either down the middle of the court or into the corner of the court. And if they've gone into the corner and they've hit double glass, that's given the player even more time to get back to net. If the player has moved far back in the court and they've hit too fast a bandeja or smash, they don't have time to recover the net, and also usually means their opponents are also moving forward to get it. So you've got to make sure that if you are going for a bandeja, you know the intention of the shot, which is to regain your net position, but also being aware that you want to try and play that slowly into the corners with the view to give you more time to get back up to net. Now we're going to have a little look at the court position and also how to use the Chiquita. Again, some good examples and also what you should be trying to aim for. So looking here, we're going to see a few really good examples of this Chiquita here. So that's come a little bit higher. And he's just hitting the ball down here, and there's that Chiquita down to the feet, and you can see he won the point on it. But even if not, both players were forward and ready for that ball. Again, another one down to the feet there, He's using this really well, followed by the lob to come forward. It's a great play to play that ball down first because you force the volleyers to hit up on that ball. It's just making sure you get the right court position. Again, Chiquita, and he's followed it towards the middle. His partners come forward together, and look how quickly they've got that net position. It's brilliant, use of that short Chiquita down to the feet. Making sure that we're keeping good net position though, because that is part of the reason there. That wasn't really a Chiquita. The opponent just didn't come forward far enough, and therefore there's a lot of space by the feet. Oh, it was a risky smash. I'm not quite sure if that was in or not, but yeah, you can see the idea is to keep that net position, which is exactly what the player in orange is doing here, moving forward, playing solid balls cross court so they can maintain their position. He's not changing direction, just playing really sensible paddle, and even that bandeja there, he's done well to keep that net up to this point, and his partner's kind of moved back, forcing him back again, but you can see that that was just very solid play from the right-hand player there. And again, they're coming forward, this time off a lob, and they've done well in that point there. Both players, played that well. Again, looking at this court position here, you're trying to force them back. You can see one fast down, one Chiquita to that side, opening the courts. And this is where also, on a side note, the split step and preparation is important. He's come really close there, and his partner has got to tell him that his opponents have come close to the net, because he could easily have hit a lob there and they would have been fine. This player here is doing this again, where this often happens. Players rush forward. Again, rushing forward has put them out of position, and there he ended up in no man's land, but it's the same also if you get too close to the net. Here we go again, good shot choice from the right player. The left court player hit an aggressive smash and he stayed back, and so now they've managed to hold on to the net, but they shouldn't have done, because their opponents should have come forward and put them under pressure. As it was, and that's a very nice bajada there. As it was, they've played the ball forward now, again down to the feet, and they've taken that net position back, which is exactly what they want to do. Nice solid bandeja down the middle. Oh, this point's still going on, but that was good play, a good attacking play. Good and nice bandeja into that corner, and he's recovered the net position, doing what you should be doing. Difficult change of direction, got away with it though from that forehand volley. Now they move back, the opponents have come forward, and the game changes now. Again, not the best bandeja cross down the line there because it's come off that back glass, but these are, goes back again to the direction of the bandeja. Again, good Chiquita down to the feet, probably because his opponent wasn't forward enough, and that's a situation where he should have lobbed and come in instead of tried to get in that position. And just that last one there of going into no man's land slightly, meaning that he was out of position. So there we've looked at a few different examples of the court position, and starting with the Chiquita and using that in your game, and you can see part of the time it was a really good Chiquita because the opponents were in the net position, but also sometimes the opponents were a little bit too far back, leaving space in front of them, and what turned, a normal shot into a Chiquita because of their bad court position meant that, the players at the back are then in the advantage because they can come forward, they can lob that next ball or hit through to the gaps because there are more gaps. So a couple of things to notice there is, first of all, use the Chiquita because it is a great shot. That's the ball where you hit down to the feet of your opponents, and then you and your partner move in the direction of where that Chiquita was hit. So you could see the player on the left, he hit it with his forehand at the angle, so they move forward towards that ball. And then the other thing is, if you are at net, make sure you are in the correct position, which is basically one step in front of that second post. And we've actually got a video up here I'll link to there on the court positions. But make sure you're in that right position. And obviously we've talked about it many times, but don't get stuck into no man's land, otherwise you end up leaving gaps for you and for your partner. So now we're going to have a little look at defending the smash. Yeah. So here we can see there's some good examples of once they hit the smash, of that moving forward and not moving with too much space on that ball. Yeah. So making sure that you're a good distance from that ball. And these are obviously for the shorter lobs like this. He's actually done really well off that because he wasn't in quite the right position. But again, you're wanting to make sure that you've got good space from that ball. And I think we're going to see another one here of getting a little bit close to that ball, but coming forward. And it's better to be, a little bit close and you have a shorter kind of compact swing if it is fast. And that's again another one. As soon as you see them winding up for a big smash, you want to make sure that you've got space on that ball. That was a better example of the smash there because he gave himself more space. We're going to see another one here, moving forward. Oh, and he's gone for the shot that everyone tries to go for and then makes a mistake on it. But when it does pull off, it's glorious. So there's only a few examples there from defending the smash, but if your opponent is going to hit an aggressive smash and it looks like from their body position they're going to attack it, then you immediately want to kind of start moving forward and getting into that position to play it after the back glass. If it's a medium speed smash and they've hit a little bit of spin on it or it's come from the angle, always try and anticipate what the rebound will be. If there's spin on the ball, it will obviously affect the rebound, and also if there's an angle of the smash, it will also affect the rebound. So you want to make sure that you're moving into a position where the ball will, eventually come, instead of following the line of the ball and then ending up too close or then ending up too far after the rebound. Yeah, so if that makes sense, you want to move towards the final position of the ball where you're going to contact it. Now we're going to have a little look at the volley and the ready position when you are at volley, and a few things that you can also do with your volleys. So looking at this first point now, we'll look at the volleyer. They've got to have their rackets in front instead of either dangling down by the side or pointing down to the ground, because it'll make you faster if your racket is up. And here we've got a defending the smash one that we just talked about. Again, another defensive smash. The racket's got to be back in preparation for the shot if you want to have more time on that ball. And when you're seeing the ready position, again here from the back of the court, look at the player at the back here with his hand on top of the racket. That's not the ready position. The left hand has got to be on the throat. That way it can help you. But again, look at the ready positions here, both from the back. One player has got the racket dangling down by the side. The other is holding on top of the racket. And this is basically not what we're looking for as a good ready position. And the same, we're going to see here up at the net. Again, he's got very close to the net there, but that ready position, both players have got the racket down by their waist height pointing towards the ground, and it's just not going to be fast enough to get into that ball. Yeah, these are better examples of that ready position and also of the volleys, and a good shot again down to the corner there. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to have a little look at, actually using the volley. And this is a good setup volley. Bit of slice, down the middle, and it sets up that next ball. And that's what you should really want to play, especially after your serve. So you're looking at a good serve, a good setup volley. That's the perfect setup volley. Exactly, plays into the open space. Could have played a bit more aggressively, but still, that's the point, is a good setup volley down the middle sets the point up for you. And again, going into the corners with the volley there. Yeah, not going for anything special, you're just going for a sensible volley. Yeah, good. And this is another setup volley into the corner, sensible volleys back to that same corner, another setup volley down the middle, and then you can be aggressive. Yeah, if you've actually built the point up so you get an easy ball, then you're more likely to hit a winner. Yeah, good setup volley down the middle, again keeping it quite low, a nice speed bandeja forcing them back. Again, the control here from the far end is great. And again, another sensible volley slash bandeja down the middle. And you can see there's no risk, yeah? It's not going to make a mistake with that. I thought it was just about to make a mistake. Not making a mistake with that, and, setting the point up there nicely. Again, good setup volley from this side, and actually a good passing shot. So you can see there, we talked about the ready position. So if I'm going to use this racket, we talked about the ready position being in front like this, not with the racket down to your side, not holding on top of the racket, and not kind of pointing to the ground. You want it up in front of you. And if you're volleying, it's up in front like this. And if you're at the back, then it's obviously pointing at more waist height. And from this position, you can move equally to both sides. Yeah, you can't move equally to both sides if the racket is down here or you're holding on the top like this or it's pointing away. Yeah, so you've got to have that racket in that position like that. And then the other thing to look at here is those setup volleys. Yeah, so hitting with control, a little bit of slice down the middle of the court is a great setup volley. You can do the same into the corner, and you could do 2, 3 setups where you're going middle angle, and you probably will win the point like that, but almost certainly you'll force an easy ball, which is what you're looking for to finish the point. So almost everything that we covered today, the bandeja, hitting with the speed and control, court position, defending the smashes, ready position, moving with the volley, set up volleys. All of this is tactical play, and this is something that we cover in our tactics course. And we talk about, you know, how to finish the points, how to set up the points to finish, how to move with your partner, going from defense to attack, also analyzing your opponents and how to work with your partner for the best strategies to win that match. So if you haven't watched that or enrolled in that course already, I'll put the link down here and also put it up the top here, but that's definitely where you should go after this. And then on this side, I'll also put their match from their, you know, a year ago when they were beginners, and you can see the difference between how they played then compared to how they're playing now.